Hi, thanks for watching this video. Welcome to a concise movement class. So in about 30 minutes, we're going to get this really sweet movement experience. And right now, the theme is equal and opposite. So you're going to come onto your back. You're going to take the soles of your feet on the floor. You're going to take the soles of the feet on the floor and the hands just resting alongside your heels. The first exercise is really simple, and we're going to move opposite arm and leg. So take your left arm and then your right leg and extend them in opposite directions. So you'll see my right foot lands on the ground, back of my left hand ends up on the ground. Sorry, right foot, left hand. Okay, and then switch. So now take everything back to the beginning and try the other side. Right arm, left leg. You got it? Now let's go ahead and try to find a little rhythm. So go back to the beginning place. Left arm, right leg, inhale. And really drink a full inhale. And then replace the foot, replace the hand, and exhale. Other side, inhale, right arm, left leg. And then return, foot, hand. Other way, left arm, right leg, big breath in. And then replace. And everything we're doing here in the beginning is actually meant to kind of put you into like almost a little trance. Right arm, left leg. It's rhythmic on purpose. Exhale, replace. Go to the rhythm of your breath, but really get the full inhale. Almost pause at the tip top, get a little longer, and then go back to the start and pause as you rest at the beginning stage. Let's do a few more on your own. I'll be quiet and let you go into your inner experience. Inhaling and exhaling, extending and coming back to center. Especially in the moments where I'm not speaking, listen to your breath. The breath is the guru, the guide. Now pay attention the next time that your right arm and left leg extend, because that should be the end of this set. Then hug your knees into your chest and rock all the way up. And we have a somewhat similar exercise here. If you have sensitive knees, this is one place where you could put a blanket underneath your knees. You're going to come onto your hands and your knees. And now take the left arm forward and the right leg back. Similar. Take a big breath in here and then exhale, curl it in. I find this one a little more challenging, a little more core work, a little different flavor. Inhale, reach. And exhale, pull it in. And we'll do this a few more times. If the movement is too difficult, you can just stay extended, right? It's not, you don't have to do every single thing I offer. Breathing in, really reaching, and breathing out, really pulling it in. Let's reach one more time. And then listen, this is a little interesting. I want you to see if you can take your right foot, it's the one that's up, and just step it over to the side, off your mat, doesn't have to be on the mat. And then come all the way up. I'll turn the other way to show you this that way, but it's called Parigasana gate pose. The back toes can be tucked under if you want. So here you are, the left arm is up, the right leg's off to the side, and you're just really, really simple, gonna start to lean over and take a little bit of a side stretch there. A big theme for us is what are the points of opposition? And can you kind of connect down into all those points? The right foot, the left fingers, the left knee. Okay, beautiful. Now from here, you're just gonna make your way back onto the hands and the knees as simply as you can. You might need to readjust some stuff. You might wanna do a round of cat, cow, or just a little wiggle of the hips. And then let's take the right arm forward and the left leg back. And so notice there's like little micro muscles, right? Little fine-tuned adjustments to stabilize. That's great. And then take the exhale to pull the elbow in and the knee in. And inhale to reach. And exhale to pull it in. And keep going like that. Like a big inhale, really, really expand, really reach. And a big, big exhale as you pull it in. Big breath, big reach. And pulling it in. Big inhale, big reach. And then see if you can step that left foot off to the side. Do whatever you need to adjust to make that feel safe and right. And take the right arm up in the air. And then lean it on over to the left. Parivasana gate post. My back foot, the toes could be tucked under if that helps me feel stable and secure. And this foot on the side, I have the toes pointing forward in the classic variation. Though some people like to turn the toes out. Where do you feel the stretch? Where are the points of opposition? Pull the points of opposition away from one another. And then breathe in the spaces in between. Great, come back onto your hands and your knees as gently and kindly as you can. And then from there, tuck your toes under and come into a downward dog. Here, what are the points of opposition? Engage the hands into the earth. Engage the hips up to the sky. Rock your head kind of a little bit side to side, just get out some stickiness in the neck. Then inhale, come forward to plank pose. And for plank pose, I want you to really engage your belly, like suck it back up toward your spine. Drop down through the heart a little bit. And then pick up your left leg. Ooh. And feel it has to work there. What has to kind of turn on to make that possible. Then three-legged dog, so you'll lift the left leg high, and you can do whatever you want here that feels good. You can stack the left up on the right, bend the knee or roll the ankle. Keep sinking the right heel toward the earth, and then straighten that left leg, square off the hips, and go ahead and round the left knee forward. And this reminds us of what we were doing before, right? When we were pulling the arm and the elbow, the knee together. But then step the left foot down. Here's one place you could have the block under your right hand, or I've got my fingers tented to feel that space, and then I lift up the left arm. Now notice the equal opposition between your heel and your head, between the right hand and the left hand, between the hips, which are super stable, and the back leg, which is super strong, and then the heart, which is actually soft. The heart is soft to make a twist possible. You go ahead and look down. Simply lower your right knee. Yeah? You could stay just like this, or it feels really yummy. You could hook your thumbs and you could reach up. 2 more breaths. Notice how opposition works for you. Whether the arms are lifted or your hands are down, there's still opposition, right? Between this, what's going on between your knee and your head. Okay, make your way to plank pose and notice the opposition between the head and the heels. Feel that. And then just do a little baby chaturanga, I have to come way forward on my toe tips and bend my elbows, my chest comes forward, and then push back up and let the hips and the heart kind of glide back in space and down dog again. Inhale, plank pose. Get your nicely aligned plank pose. Drop down through the heart, reach back through the heels, forward through the crown, and pick up your right foot. Take a couple breaths. Let the heat build. If you do ujjayi breath, crank it up. And then three-legged dog. Reach up through the right leg. Option to stack the hip. Bend the knee. And roll the ankle. Now keep dropping through the left heel. A lot of this action is happening actually in the left leg, right? Then straighten the right leg, square off your hips, and round the right knee forward, and hover there, lightly, lifting up through the upper back, then finally step the right foot down, and initiate a twist, right arm lifts, and feel yourself pulled by these points of opposition. And I don't want any of this to feel yanking, like there's an energetic gentleness to it, right? But it's still also an assertive experience to extend forward through the head, back through the heel, and then soften your heart and lean. Now take the right hand down and lower the left knee down and approach the stretch of your left quad and hip flexor here how you like. If you feel nice and engaged through the core, lifting the arms up might feel right. Hear your breath. Nice heated breath, just like juicying up all your muscles and tendons and lubricating your joints. You're going to make your way into a downward dog again, and if you want to throw in a little vinyasa there, you're welcome to. Where we're meeting next is a standing forward fold at the front of the mat, where we'll take a couple of breath cycles. With the head and the arms dangling, with a lot of breath and spaciousness inside of your upper spine and neck, and where the neck connects to your skull. Option to flutter your lips. And then round yourself up to stand. Once you come up to stand, I want you to see if you can actually draw your shoulders up, back and down, and you can do that a couple more times if you like. What we're going to do next is a version of Warrior 3, and if you like to use the supportive blocks in Warrior 3, then you can go ahead and grab your blocks and put them at the top of the mat. This will initiate a little short standing sequence for us. So, here we go. So for this version of Warrior 3, I want you to actually start with the heart opening, shoulder opening gesture. So either opposite elbows behind your back or reverse prayer. Okay. So whichever one you've chosen, now stand nice and tall and firm at the top of the mat, pressing into your right foot. Keep the chest open and lift up your left knee. Warrior 3. Heart comes forward, leg comes back. We'll stay here 5 breaths. Now pull the belly in, so that's the center, right? And then feel the poles of this going in opposite directions, your crown and your heel. Hear your breath for 3. Really use that breath. It's yours, right? 4, build your relationship with your breath. Let it become your ally, your friend. 5. You'll bend the right knee so that left foot can land really softly. And find your way into angled lunge, okay? Your hands could still be like this. I'm going to give you a couple different options for your hands. Your chest is forward, so I'm on a diagonal. Do you guys see that? Now, my right knee unbends just a little bit, and that puts it into the hamstrings of my right leg. Now, option to now take the hands, fingers interlaced behind you, your arms straight behind you. Gaze at the floor. Breathe 3 more breaths. I know this one's a doozy. Press into your feet, especially your inner feet. Reach back through your heel, forward through your crown. Use your core and breathe. 2 and 3. Now this gets really challenging. You're going to let the arms separate, come forward, and just for a breath cycle, feel the one in opposition with fingers forward and heel back. It's a little different. Then take your hands to the ground. Put the weight in your right foot, pick up your left leg. This is standing split. As you breathe out, fold down into your right leg. Point the top toes. 1. Breathe for 2. Breathe 3. 4. Breathe. And 5. Really simply step the left foot next to the right foot. Bend both knees, sit your hips back, Utkatasana. Inhale, arms up. It's kind of like angled lunge, isn't it? So we're sitting back with our heels, under our heels, but then go ahead and lower the arms and straighten the legs and come stand. Okay. Other side, if you grabbed opposite elbows before with one forearm on top, try the other one. Pick up your right knee, inhale. Warrior 3, exhale. If you need to bring your hands onto the blocks, right, I offered that before, still stands, breathe 2. Use your core, use your breath, 3, and then use that sense of opposition. It almost feels like somebody's pulling your heel and somebody's pulling your crown gently, lovingly. Last breath. Somebody's pulling down on that bottom heel to help you stand straighter on the leg. And then bend the front knee, land the right foot. Really engage your belly. And then find this version of angled lunge. Now, if you want to take your hands back and interlace the fingers behind you, go for it. Hear your breath, feel your breath. Let it move through you. Maybe ujjayi breath for 3. 4, put more work in the legs if you feel it in your low back. I know sometimes people do, right? Work with the legs and work with your belly, pulling back to the spine. Then finally release the arms forward. Take a breath cycle of feeling that opposition, that heat. And then take your hands to the ground. Shift the weight into the left foot, lift your chest and your right leg. Then fold into your right leg and breathe for 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Breathe for 4. Breathe for 5. Then look down. Step the right foot next to the left foot. Sit your hips back. And then raise your arms up alongside your ears. Then come all the way up to stand. All right, check in. If you need to shake something out, wiggle it out, you can. We're going to do all of that one time as a flow, and we'll just add on a little bit at the end. And so this is all about just moving with the breath, okay? So grabbing opposite elbows or reverse prayer, pick up your left knee. Warrior 3, breathing out. Angled lunge with your arms back behind you. Angled lunge with your arms alongside your ears. Then take the hands down, pick up your left leg and your chest, look a little forward, standing split, big breath out. Anybody who wants to play with a little handstand here, you could just take one little hop into handstand. And then we're going to make our way back into a downward dog, and so you could also take a vinyasa if that feels good. Super simple, super fluid, right? Come back to that ease through your breath. Look forward, step or hop the feet forward between your hands. Lengthen the spine as you arrive, and then fold down into your legs and breathe it all out. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sweep the arms alongside your ears, inhale. And Tadasana, come to stand tall, exhale. Grab opposite elbows, last time we'll do our little sequence. Inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, warrior 3. Land the right foot, angled lunge. Arms are back. And then inhale, take the arms alongside your ears, angled lunge with an extension. Then exhale, taking those hands down, picking up that back leg. Then fold down into that left leg. You can play with handstand if you want. The way that I'm doing that is I lower my right foot enough to back up my left foot. So I've got making a kind of a triangle between my left foot and my hands. And then I let the top leg become a lever. Bottom leg like a spring. We'll all meet in downward dog. Taking your vinyasa if you'd like. And of course with handstand, you've got to press down into the hands in opposition to the leg. Let's lift it up. Beautiful. From downward facing dog, go ahead and look forward and hop all the way through to sit. Once you're seated, actually come onto the back. Let's do this all of us will do it on the back today. A little simpler. Pick up your left foot and cross it over your right thigh. And then you can hug the right thigh in towards your chest. And I'll show it from this angle, but here I am. I'm gathering the right thigh in. I'm letting the left knee gently move forward away from me, and I'm breathing. Big, full breaths. And I'm pouring all of that breath and care into my left hip where I feel I'm pouring it wherever I feel it. Making friends with everything in our experience, with every sensation, every thought, every pose. Now, this gets a little more complicated, but hopefully we can all do it. Take your right foot back onto the ground, okay? And then let your left foot, the one that's up, I want it to touch the ground on the right side, to your right. And so I'm gonna let my right thigh lower and that left foot lower. Okay. Now, grab a hold of your left ankle. You got that? You might need like a belt or a strap or just like your sweatshirt to like lasso it. And then let the left knee come down to the left, and your left, and the head can kind of turn over to the left too. So there's a bunch that's flopping over to the left. I'm grabbing a hold of my left ankle. Some people prefer to actually use the left hand to kind of push the left thigh away. I really like grabbing the ankle and then letting the opposition of the left knee falling forward and left hip falling open to the left. Create a stretch. If I ever teach something and you're like, I have no idea how to do that, Erin, talk to me afterwards, write me and I'll give you a little tutorial, okay? Couple more breaths. And I want you to just be able to now kind of sink down into the sensation. Surround the sensation with your breath, your care. Let the last exhale go out of your mouth. And then gently make your way up. Right? Be really mindful of the joints, which may have been overstretched, right? Do whatever you need here to reset. And then take the soles of the feet to the ground, then take the right ankle over the left thigh. First, we just hugged it in. So you'll pick up the left thigh, you'll gather your fingers behind the back of the left thigh, and then hug that in. The right knee is moving forward, always in opposition if we are looking for a stretch. And then let the breath pour itself into those spaces inside. Can the last breath you do in this shape be just so full and generous on the inhale and so easeful and releasing on the exhale? Okay, let's try this on the other side. So you'll take the left foot to the ground, and then you're actually gonna take the right foot to the ground over to the left, so it's a little twist. The left outer hip comes down, the right sole of the foot may or may not touch. And then make some purchase on your it's your right ankle, right shin. And the right arm comes out to the side, and the head turns over to the side. And begin to feel those really big full breaths here as the right knee flops down. I get a big stretch in my right outer hip flexor. That's kind of interesting, and it's one that's hard to get from other shapes. But your body is sending you sacred information, sacred messages about what it needs, about where its energy is flowing or not. It is impossible for me to go in. I can see cute clues from the outside, but there's no other being in the universe that can do what you can do and go into this body, this one you're in, with your love and care and attention. Last exhale here. And then again, just find your way, reset whatever you need to do here. This is actually the closing of the class, so I give you guys just a minute to do whatever feels right. You could do a little heart opening, a little forward folding. You could go upside down, which is what I'm going to choose to do here. Either in shoulder stand or headstand, or this really beautiful simple pose that I'm going to demonstrate, a Viparita Karani, just legs in the air really. I'm putting a prop underneath me, which isn't necessary, but it does help create this decline of energy. So I get all the benefits of an inversion without having to stress myself out or put in extra effort as I'm trying to wind down. So your choice. And I'm just gonna be quiet for a minute as you make your way in and begin to turn toward the guidance of your breath. All right, beautiful. Now, I always invite you guys, if I've got you on a roll and you want to just keep on practicing, you keep doing that after our video sesh ends. But this is, for our purposes, the end. We'll spend 1 minute in either Shavasana or some kind of restorative pose. After all that other work we did, it might feel pretty nice to do Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together, knees apart, as I'm demonstrating here. Follow your body, your inner guide. Get cozy. If it's a little chilly where you are, cover up. All the more reason to do so with short practice, right? So you can go all the way in. Let yourself belong to all of it. The stillness and heaviness and darkness of earth. Let go all your resistance to that part of life, to that part of you. Likewise, accept the spaciousness, the breath, the light, the buoyancy of sky. You are equally sky. You must be earth and sky to be you, so surrender to it all. Once we realize that what seems like opposites is actually just one whole, once we see it's all one, we realize we can never be at war. That life is constantly making peace and harmony through you, Surrender to that for a few more moments of quiet. You are welcome to stay where you are. But when you do come to sit up, just make sure that you take a little moment for yourself in some kind of gesture of care, gratitude, and acknowledgement. Thanking the teacher inside of you and inside of all beings. Humble Shri Satguru Mata Devi Ki Jai.